It's Wednesday morning in Orlando. Shortly after 8 a.m., the sun breaks through the clouds above the Florida Citrus Bowl. Here in this stadium, the Tampa Bay Storm begin their 5th day of training camp.
Go! There you go, there you go. Go! Grab. I don't want to see fingertips. One more time.
Up until this point in camp, the team has only practiced against themselves.
Good, good, good.
Today, they will be tested, challenged by a familiar opponent for the first time this season, on the Gridiron.
Whole idea of this thing is seeing guys compete, you got me? Yep. Don't want to see guys get hurt, want to handle ourselves with class, you got me? Walk away. You got me? Every coach's supposed to have the same talk. We're not getting into that stuff. We're not here to do that. We're not here to injure guys. We're here to get better, okay? But again, we're here to compete, and we're here to compete against some guys we don't really care about, right? All right, let's go, baby. Let's have a fun one today. Hey, hit some people. Storm on 3. 1, 2, 3, storm! Let's go, baby. Let's go.
With the start of the 25th Arena Football League season on the horizon, the Storm has made the 90-mile trek up to Orlando to practice against their interstate rivals, the Orlando Predators.
The war on I-4 is a great thing for Arena League. Normally, it doesn't matter what the records are. You can have a team that hasn't won a game yet and one that has won all their games, and it'll come down to the last play most of the time in these games.
The proximity of the team's home cities, frequency in which they play, and an even record of 24 wins apiece has fueled this matchup to be dubbed the War on I-4.
Good, good, running. That's it, That's it, hold up. Good job, you guys, good job.
And for those new to either squad this year, it's apparent early on just how appropriate the name truly is.
I mean, I heard a lot about it, being that this is my first year, so I didn't really know about it. But when I got over there, you can already tell as soon as you walk in, the rivalry that we both have.
We're familiar with their players, they're familiar with us. A lot of the guys played against each other in high school, college, so yeah, I learned really quick what it was.
Aside from the mystique of the Storm and Predators meeting on the field, there's a far more important purpose for this inter-squad practice. For head coach Dave Ewart and his staff, gauging the players' reaction to the increased level of competition is a key step in the evaluation process and will be critical in the final days of camp, when the roster must be cut down to 24 men.
For you to go against another team, I think is great. You know, one thing it does is it allows us coaches to really watch you and critique you and grade our guys, because now the atmosphere, the adrenaline, everything is elevated. So now we get to see how you function in a hostile situation, and we got to see some good things yesterday.
Among the new faces in training camp for the Tampa Bay Storm is offensive coordinator John Gregory. He brings with him over 50 years of coaching experience and is tasked with turning around an offense that was ranked last in scoring a year ago. Coach Gregory is taking a simple approach in implementing his system and is pleased with the progress made in such a short period of time.
I'm amazed at how quickly this group of players have picked this up. I mean, we've only been here about 5 days now, and after 2 days we had our whole offense in, and now we're just trying to work on the little things. Try to get things down to so that we don't have any errors and we can do everything very well.
Working on those little details will pay big dividends as the Storm moves through the season, and it has not gone unnoticed.
The new system, I mean, to be honest, this is the best that I ever played in. As far as the coach, like he said, he kept it simple so we could just go out there and play. And when you do that, so where players know how to think and they go out there and play, that's when you get the best out of the players.
Getting the best of all his players is the desire of every coach. While there are many positive things noticed by Coach Gregory, he's been particularly impressed with the core of receivers the team has gathered in camp this offseason.
Run, zoom, Vic, watch behind! There we go, baby, there we go!
I would say that it's as good a set of wide receivers as I've ever worked with. We've got excellent speed, and then we have just outstanding size. We have a number of kids that are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guys, and so I mean, what that does is it increases the margin of error for the quarterback.
On the defensive side of the ball, the learning is not limited to only the players. The defensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Storm is Donnie Abraham. Unlike Coach Gregory, Abraham is relatively young in his coaching career. However, he's not far removed from his playing days. The first-hand experience enables him to impart the wisdom he learned in the NFL to his players.
You know, I use some of the same things that I used to be as a player, as as far as poise, being able to study. I use some of those same things as a coach, because I've been a player. I know what needs to be done. Now as a coach, I got to learn how to get that across to my players and stuff, and that's something that I enjoy doing.
Today's practice against the Orlando Predators is the perfect opportunity to see how much the players have absorbed and to evaluate their effectiveness in a game-like environment.
Our quarterbacks, for really the first time with real bullets coming at them, played and reacted very well. We were quite accurate. We caught the ball and we moved the ball quite well.
And specifically, I was looking to see if guys could compete. Will they take what they've learned in the classroom, what they've learned through drills, will they take that and actually apply it, in a situation when we're going against someone. And those are the type of things that I was looking for. And like I said, it was some positive things, but it was also some negative things.
The results varied. Yet, with practice comes the opportunity to learn from one's mistakes. And in this early stage of the season, it's a point that does not go overlooked by the players.
We did very well. A lot of areas to improve on. A lot of little dumb mistakes that we know, we're better than. But it's just about executing in the time when, you're supposed to execute. We going over it in practice. Coach is telling us in practice, and we understand it in practice. But it matters what you do on game day.
It was our first opportunity seeing another opponent, so I think it was a great opportunity to get some film to learn off of it, because we got to see a few different coverages and on a few different line slides and everything, and I think it's going to be a good learning tool.
The message is the same, regardless of who you talk to. Get better. It's not just about improving as an individual, but what you're able to bring to the team.
I think I add speed and quickness between the hashes, so people have to play too deep, kind of. That's what I want to do.
Being the fact that I'll primarily be at the MAC, and which is an interior rusher to begin with, so I'm like a defensive lineman. Then I go down at defensive end, and also they'll be looking at me at the jack. So it's just a whole bunch of different skill sets that you can just put together in one that you just take over the years. And at the end of the day, versatility is the name of the game, and that's what I'm trying to bring to this team.
But the reality is that not everyone will make the roster. Hard decisions are looming in the near future for the coaching staff, but they must be made.
This is going to be a tough process coming up, but I like something I learned from when I was a player in the league, from Coach Dungy, is that you pick the best players that make a team, not necessarily the best players. So that's kind of what we're going to do here. We're going to get the best guys that fit for our 24-man roster, and we're just going to go from there.
That's what today was all about. Not a bitter rivalry. Not the yards gained or lost. Or the score. It was simply about building a team.
Get under it, Ortiz! That's it, Ortiz! Pick it off! Let's go! Hey! That's it, Ortiz!
Getting stronger with each snap. Coming together with a common purpose.
Keep it up, baby. Keep it up, fellas. Keep it up. 1, 2, 3, so.